Hey you guys, it's Lula. Today's my last day of being 46 years old. It's very exciting. I'm going to be 47 tomorrow, and 7 and 4 equal 11. So to me, it's an angel year, and I'm very excited about it. I've done a lot of soul searching this last week. There's just so much that I have to reflect on and learn from, so many wonderful life lessons this last year. But I am back in Washington and I'm here for a while. I'll still visit Portland. It just wasn't right for me, and I'm just not supposed to be in a city. I don't know if ever, I don't know if it, even if just a few weeks here and there. It's hard on me. And it changes me, and it changes my energy, and I need to regroup and reassess my energy because I've gone a little too far off the deep end this last year with my diet. I got very excited to reintroduce certain foods into my diet, and I found that my addictions with my food were coming back whether I wanted them to or not. And so I'm dealing with that. And I had a really great conversation with a naturalist, natural nutritionist friend of mine on Monday, and I know that sugar is my evil mistress. She just is. And I know how to have natural sugars and enjoy them. And so it's time for me to kind of go back to that instead of these organic refined sugars. They're still refined sugars. And my body wants to be a shaman. It's like, come on, but it's okay because there's no mistakes. I spent this last year in this very strong muggle mindset because I needed to hash out a lot of stuff, especially going home again for 3 weeks. Wow, what an amazing experience that was. And I can't wait to go back to Tinley Park even stronger and more grounded and more centered than I've ever been. After this holiday season, as I was just telling one of my friends, I'm going back to being my true shaman because I really enjoy that lifestyle more. It's more conducive to who I am. And I'm learning every single day, every month, every year. I learn more about how to interact with the human world here, the world that has been created here. Not necessarily mine. I don't have a chair yet for my thing. I still don't have a full setup. I'm going to finish some stuff today, but it's just been a really crazy fucking 3 weeks. I mean, I literally moved all the way, like almost all of my stuff down to Portland, and like took 3 days to get the house set up and live there and all that. And then I went and worked at Schwab for 3 days. And then there was just so much that happened that I will talk about at a later date because there's a lot of things, a lot of lessons, a lot of intense, awesome therapy for so many of us during that time. So I'll talk about it. But I am back here, and I learned detachment. There was nothing horrible about dragging all that stuff, because what it did was, number one, there was a lot of things that I needed to bring back to Schwab. And then there were also my own things that I needed to purge. We had this old dilapidated James and I, years ago, we dragged this dresser from this free pile to my apartment. That poor thing, it was on its last leg the day I got it, and it's moved so many times, and it was time for it to go. And Ed, it's right here, you can't really see it, but Ed made this really beautiful section for his guitar and his amp and all the stuff so he could play, and he has been much different. So even in that short time, in those 13 days that I was down in Portland, it was a really fucking awesome gift because it helped Edward kind of recenter and realign. He got to be in here without all my shit. And since I've been back, I've only brought back in about half of it, which is very freeing for both of us, for the energy. We're in a really small space. And I know some good things are coming in 2019, but until they do, this is just where I'm at, and this is where I'm meant to be. So I have to make the best of it. And it's a place I put myself for a reason. And so I'm excited about it. I already spoke about my BOGO last post, whatever you want to call it, last show. But I'll talk about it again because I've had a few people are like, what? I didn't really understand. And I'm like, okay, so my new rate is $50 for half an hour, $85 for an hour. So if you do the BOGO, I believe I'm going to extend it until this Sunday. It's going to be my birthday special, my birthday gift to you guys. But I was only going to do it till the end of my birthday tomorrow. But I've had a few people reach out, are like, wait, it's Christmas. I really want to do this. And you know, I haven't said it publicly, but for, you know, for some of you who are my subscribers on here, who are my true people, who are my supporters, you know, I'll give you till the end of the year if you want to do it. I'll do the BOGO for you till the end of the year. But you have to subscribe, you know, and if you don't subscribe and you take advantage of that deal, that's your karma. That's on you. And, you know, people think I don't know things, but I know things. So I'll leave it there. Anyway, if you want to do the BOGO, the cool thing about it is it's $85 an hour. And then you get an hour free. So you're getting 2 hours for $85, you guys. It's a really, really fucking good deal. The best part about that, though, is you don't have to use it all in one go. So you can use an hour and you can save the other hour for another time. You can gift that hour to somebody else. If you know somebody who you feel like I would be a really good match for them in terms of helping them heal themselves. And I'm also okay with you, if you do the buy one, get one, you can break them up into 4 half hours. Some of you are regular clients of mine, Amber, like you and I have talked about this before. Sometimes you just need a quick half hour or something, you know, that's okay. So you can even break up that time to like pick my brain for half an hour or talk to me, you know, or just maybe you just have a question or you have just like a little check-in. So if that's the case, then that's $85 for 4 half-hour sessions. It's a great fucking deal. So I really urge you to do that and reach out to me. Either text me, email me, reach out to me through here and let me know if you would like to do that, if you are interested, and I'll send you the link so that you can purchase it. Okay. So yeah, there's just a lot of really cool things going on. I mean, ever since I've been back, I feel more alive than ever. Part of what I love to do is help. And sometimes I overhelp, or sometimes I put others' needs before my own. And even when I'm sick and even when I'm tired, I will push myself for someone that I love very much. And I realized like that was such a huge life lesson for me. I mean, I couldn't have been more off track if I tried. And so yeah, a lot of cool things, a lot of good things. But eliminating sugar from my diet again, it's an addiction. It's an addiction, and it's one that I will keep continuing to work with, you know, and pray that I can finally get rid of my evil mistress once and for all and say goodbye, because I do know that I run on a different frequency, period. The only advantage of me being really ill was that I was so divinely connected because I was eating so fucking clean. I was eating so clean. And I mean, there's something to that, you guys. There's something really powerful. Now, it's taken me, I'm a food addict, you know, I have an addictive personality anyway, but I'm a food addict, and it's hard when I need food to survive. And I know some of you understand this terrible affliction of the food addiction, but addiction is addiction no matter what it is. And I know that some of you struggle with caffeine, and caffeine's another one. It's just as ugly. It is just as much of an evil mistress as sugar, refined sugar. So even the organic caffeine, you know, if you're an empath, caffeine is most likely not going to be your friend. And I think I want to spend the next year really working with empaths and the healers. And so we can together find a way to really structure our lives that are conducive to our energy, to our force field. Recently, I had someone say, someone who was going through their own stuff, and that's okay. And they lashed out at me and said some really awful, horrible things that weren't true. Some were truths, but a lot of it was a part of who I used to be and not who I am now. And so that was very awakening for me as well. So if I'm falling into those patterns, I'm like, what's happening, you know? But being really alert and alive to like our energy and how the outside world affects us and what we can do to stay in our bubble on a daily basis where we're happy and we're functioning well, you know, I mean, all are welcome, but sometimes we have to divide and conquer. And I do believe at this point, as light workers, we have to bond together. And we are at all different levels of consciousness, and we are at all different levels of our healing and all different levels of our teaching and our learning. So we'll never stop learning, ever. Never, never, never. We'll never, ever. I mean, I feel blessed to talk to so many people that I do on a weekly basis, just because I learn so much from you guys too. So I know there was something else that was going on a tangent, but I believe I'm not supposed to go there right now. So I'm going to shelf that. I'm going to leave that alone because there's still a lot of unraveling that I need to do in my work as well. With all that being said, I'm so excited to be 47 tomorrow. Today, I'm going to finish doing some more purging. And tomorrow, I don't know what tomorrow holds. Ed and I decided I went and got some of my favorite foods and my fun stuff just in case we're stuck inside here. But if I'm blessed with a good day, we're going to go on an adventure. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure you'll hear about it. And let me know if you would like to participate in the buy one, get one free work with me. I don't do this very often, and I won't offer this very often. Another light worker said to me today, wow, that's really generous. And I was like, well, I am a giver. And I was like, how can I give back? This is a beautiful exchange of energy for all of us, because it helps some of you who've maybe wanted to work with me before, but you know deep down you're going to need probably more than an hour. Usually my first sessions with people last between 2 to 4 hours. It just depends on if I'm in person. It depends on the intensity of the healing, the intention of the person who is ready to be healed, who's ready to start their journey, their process. But I really ask and impose that you do not reach out to me unless you are 100% ready, because it is a very intense process, and I don't want to hurt you. It's not a judgment thing. It's more of like, now this is my level. This is where I'm at. That's why I just raised my rate again, because it is an intense, and I'm dealing with the intensity of what's happening around myself. On the planet. So, I have my own stuff. I said to someone recently, I'm like, I'm not a fucking superhero. I mean, I am, we all are in different ways, but like in this muggle, in this human form, especially right now when, I'm much more healthy than most people, but still I'm not at the point that I was, and I need to get back there. And now with the knowledge that I've gained this year and the baggage that I've shed, I'm ready to like kind of take it on and just go to a whole other level. And I know it's time, and I'm ready for that. But that's why, it's like, I only want you to work with me if you are being called to do so. And you're like, yeah, I don't want to live in this anymore. I want to go higher. I want to go to a better place. I want to connect with my higher self. I want to connect with my spirit guides. I want to live a better life, a cleaner life. If you're ready for that, then I'm ready for you. And let's work together. All right, that's it. I've said enough. I've got a lot of work to do. Tomorrow's my birthday! I'm so excited. I used to not like having my birthday so close to Christmas, but, I've really grown to love it. I've grown to love it because Christmas is a feeling, and it's a joyful, loving month. There's something about it. People just change. I wish they were like this all the time, and I believe that that's where we are going. I believe wholeheartedly that that is where we are going, and that's where we will end up. But in the meantime, I think as a child, I needed the magic around me on my birthday. So have a blessed day, and I will see you soon. Oh,